Here is a raw, unfiltered update with my journey as a dropshipper over the last 6 weeks. A lot of important things to share with you and some very important mistakes that I've made along this journey that you should probably know if you're going to get started or if you're looking to continue your journey. I don't want to waste any of your time, so let's just jump straight into it. The first kind of big lesson I've learned so far in my first 6 weeks is the importance of proper ad scaling. For me personally, guys, the journey when it comes to scaling up a product has been difficult, largely because I am not too familiar on how to properly scale just yet. I've had some initial success early. If you've been following me on my channel, watching my other videos, you would have seen that I've done 900, 1,000, as much as $1,200 in revenue in just one day as a beginner. But the results haven't been consistent. And this is the transparent truth that you need to understand. When it comes to scaling up a product or a brand, it's not as easy as just, hey, I'm going to spend more money on ads. Or at least that's what I thought it was going to be like, and it has not been the case. Things break really easy. Things need constant optimization, improvement, tweaks, and updates and changes. And it's been really difficult to kind of find that balance. I started off my journey with this particular product that I'm still promoting right now at $150 a day. And initially it looked really good. You know, the day started off really well, really profitable. The sales will slow down at the end of the day, but I would still flatline at about a 2.5 to 3x return on ad spend. But over the last couple of weeks, I don't know what happened. Over one weekend, things have just been fluctuating nonstop. One day, I'll end off the day with a couple $100 in profit. The next day, I'll be negative $100. And it's been really inconsistent. And I've been talking to a mentor of mine that's been helping me from a distance, kind of guide me and push me in the right direction, but not kind of hold my hand. And basically, what I've learned is that advertising on Meta, because that's the only advertising I do, is Facebook and Instagram ads. It requires a certain strategy and skill, and you need constant creative testing. And to be honest with you guys, I just stopped trying when it comes to the creative testing, especially when I had ads perform really well. I kind of was just like, all right, cool. I found some winning ads. Let me just scale this up to the moon. But things fatigue quickly. Things need constant optimization. It's like, from what I've learned, when it comes to Facebook ads, when you initially start to run an ad and it does really well, Facebook does a really good job of going after the low hanging fruit initially. So you'll think, okay, I'm running some ads, I'm getting some sales, everything is looking solid. But that's the low hanging fruit, right? The people that are going to be the easiest to sell in the beginning of launching a product in a store. But the real skill comes into optimizing properly, improving your offer on your website, which I'll talk about in a moment, and finding those small details that you can use in your ads to continuously scale. That has been my biggest issue right now, guys. I am struggling with the scale part of things. Now, I want to share that I feel like I have a better understanding of what I've done wrong and how I'm going to go into the next phase of marketing with a better strategy. Because if I'm being honest with you guys, up to this point, it kind of feels like everything's just been thrown together and I'm just taking some ads, going on my ads manager and launching some ads and kind of waiting to see what works. But I feel like I have a better understanding of what I need to do and how I'm going to launch my ads, to kind of share with you what I'm going to be doing moving forward. Instead of doing what I was doing before, which was create a campaign, a CBO campaign, optimizing for sales and conversions, and just launching like 5 ads, what I need to do is something similar to that nature. But what I'm going to do is create or pick 5 ads and create 3 different variations with those ads and create like hook variations to each of those ads and launch them as a flexible ad and make each one of those ads its own ad set under a CBO campaign. Basically, I'm taking 5 ads, creating 3 variations to each ad with different angles, and creating a total of 15 different ads and letting the Meta algorithm figure it out, and kind of using that as a way to keep everything in one clean campaign instead of what I was doing before, which is testing and launching a whole bunch of new ad sets and campaigns. It was just a mess, guys. It honestly was a mess. I'm not the most experienced media buyer when it comes to e-commerce, right? Clearly. So that's been a real big headache, man. And I think in the journey of scaling and building a 6-figure a month store as a complete beginner, again, my journey just started 6-7 weeks ago. Um, there's a lot of money I've lost. I've lost a lot of money up to this point. If I'm being honest with you, I'm probably like 3 or 4K in the red right now overall. 3 or 4K in the red right now. That is a combination of paying a couple guys to help me understand dropshipping at a surface level, So a little bit of a mentorship payment right there. Just lost, money from, just the campaigns that I've been running, right? Testing and losing money. Some of the softwares that I'm paying for as well. Just, I've lost a good bit of money, right? I wouldn't say lost. I've invested a lot of money that I've not returned back. So as cool as it is to say, hey, I did 10K in my first 30 days, none of it I've been able to just deposit back into my own bank account. I've reinvested it all back into the business. And that's just the honest truth, man. I'm going to be transparent and be honest with you guys no matter what, because at the end of the day, this is part of the journey. So I'm going to be testing two products right now. I'm going to give this main product like another week of testing before I'm kind of like just done with it. And this other product that I'm testing, I'm starting off with a smaller budget of $100 a day. That's partially why I've been struggling with staying profitable, is because I'm kind of just putting a ton of money up front and just kind of trying to spend a ton of money and see what works quickly. But it's causing me to lose a lot of money quickly. So I'm kind of scaling back my daily ad spend to $50 to $100 a day and following a strict routine and plan when it comes to looking at what works. I have the tracking down. I have the sourcing down, which another thing I'll talk about in a moment. Um, but now it's really understanding the marketing and a little bit of website design and a little bit of offer creation as well. The next thing I want to talk about is the sourcing, right? So up to this point, I've been using AutoDS to help me source and find products and suppliers. After today, I'm done with AutoDS. I learned that AutoDS, it's a good, solid website. I think it's really helpful. But for me personally, man, just comparing their shipping cost to other sourcing tools, they, for some reason, are just way more expensive. And maybe it's a situation where you pay for what you get. Maybe they're more expensive because they deliver a better, higher quality product. But honestly, from what I've seen and talked to some other people, including one of my mentors, it is not worth using them. I sourced a product from AutoDS and I sourced the exact same product on a new tool that I'm using called BS Dropshipping. And BS Dropshipping provides faster shipping times and cheaper shipping times than AutoDS with the same product. And I compare that to a couple other products as well, and it's the same thing. Shorter shipping time, so customers get their products sooner, and it's cheaper shipping. This has been one of the biggest issues that I've struggled with because my break-even ROAS with the main product is at a 1.7 or 1.8, which is really high, right? As you spend more money on ads, your break-even ROAS or your ROAS in general just continues to diminish a little bit just because of the nature of how that works. So if I'm at a 1.8 and I'm only, at best at a 2.5 ROAS, which is not bad, it's good, but if I'm at a 2.5 ROAS and my break-even ROAS, the break-even ROAS, by the way, is just my return on ad spend that I need to acquire to break even. If it's that high, then it's harder to scale. Now, if my break-even ROAS is a 1.4 or 1.5 or 1.3, then it's much easier to walk away with more profit and scale because I have more leadway, right? When your break-even ROAS is higher, you have less leadway when it comes to advertising. You have to really be efficient and profitable, which is much more difficult to do. So now switching over to BS Dropshipping now, I'll be able to, make sure my products are not overly priced because I have to really overcompensate with my product cost. I don't have to overly price now. I can competitively price and not have to worry about dipping into my profits too much. And my customers are getting products a lot sooner. So that's a big win. I guess that's something that I've learned over the last week. Shout out to my mentor for helping me with that. And that is really big. And I want to mention as well, like I do have a mentor. He's helping me from a distance. He's not like holding my hand, at least not at this stage. He's not overly holding my hand. I'm kind of still figuring a lot of this on my own. He's kind of just pointing me in the right direction. Like, hey, look over here. This can be done. But it's still a lot of me figuring it out on my own, which is the nature of dropshipping. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I want to be proficient in learning skills. So I don't really need someone to hold my hand. I would, it'd be nice here and there. But for the most part, this is a journey I need to go through. I need to go through the battles if I want to learn it and eventually potentially teach it if I find much success. But for now, I'm just documenting the journey, man. Next up is website design and offer creation. I'm starting to learn how important this really is, just creating a good offer. So rather than just throwing your product on your website and that's it, I'm learning a lot about bundling, discounts, plus free shipping, buy one, get one free, you know, free shipping on a certain order amount, right? So maybe the base product is $30, but if you order multiple things and it's your total cart is $70 or more, you get free shipping. I'm now testing with the second product, which is a supplement. I am testing a subscribe and save feature, right? So the base product is 30 something dollars, and then if you subscribe and save, that is less than that, right? So this is important to create reoccurring revenue, which should be really interesting. It's something that over time and at scale that can be very, very beneficial and help with acquisition costs. So these are the things that I'm learning. But I almost didn't want to make this video today because I just feel like I'm just in the weeds a lot right now, and I want to just focus on just getting better results. I want to make every video, hey, I just hit a new record on my store and I made, XYZ dollars, but I know that's just not the case, right? That's not going to be the case with the journey, and it's honestly better for me to also share with you guys these moments. Not all glitz and glam, right? Now, I don't think dropshipping is a hard thing. The concept of dropshipping isn't difficult, but these small details and nuances and things that you have to get good at is really what's important. So yeah, hopefully that helps. And I'm trying to make these videos to stay accountable and make sure I'm staying on top of this and keep you guys updated, because I know a lot of you guys are supporting me and watching my content, so I really value you guys. But my goal and my hope is next week I can update you guys with more positive news, and hopefully things are trending in the right direction next week. We'll see. That being said, guys, I'll see you all in the next one. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram. Hit me up if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.